Unit 1. Maple syrup, a heavenly part of Canada's heritage. April 1st. Snow clings to the trees as braided horses pull sleighs beneath their branches. Children's laughter and excited chatter fills the air. The children are on their way to the Sugar Shack, where they'll feast on the finest maple syrup delicacies known. Here, deep in the sugar maple forests of Canada, the trees are thick with sap, the sticky liquid responsible for the delectable treat. It's unclear how long the country of maple has been producing maple syrup. Oral traditions of Canada's Indigenous people suggest that consumption began long before European settlers arrived in the region. By 1680, maple syrup was being harvested and sold for trade. It was a slow and arduous process, and it was only in the 20th century that maple farmers obtained efficient harvesting technology. Now, with more than 8,600 companies in the industry, Canada produces 80% of the world's maple syrup. The spirit of Victorian-era maple farms lives on in northeastern Canada. Every March, as the freezing overnight temperatures give way to sunny, warm days, maple farmers prepare for an influx of visitors to the maple syrup festivals. Knowledgeable guides impart to their guests the process of making the sweet, sticky treat. It begins with the trees themselves, from which the sap trickles into wooden buckets. Next, the visitors move on to the Sugar Shack, where hot syrup simmers over fires. The final stop is the best of all. Hot syrup is poured onto ice as visitors look on, eagerly anticipating the gooey taffy that forms as the syrup hardens. The festivals continue with pancake breakfasts, ice skating, winter games, and more, but it's the sweet syrup itself that really draws the crowds. With both a rich history and a myriad of syrups, candies, and cookies to feast on, Canada's maple syrup farms are certainly worth the trip.